rain. Rain in the Webster is a water falling in drops condensed from vapor in the atmosphere. And the verb form of rain in the Webster is what we're going to talk from today. It means to pour down. It means to bestow abundantly. To pour down and to bestow abundantly. Family, as I begin to seek God concerning this morning message, I heard the Spirit of God say, tell my people, I have released my rain and they must thirst for my downpour. I think I'm in the wrong church today. I have released my rain and they must thirst for my downpour. God said, even in the natural, I have released rain on the earth in abundance. It is symbolic of what heaven gates is holding for my people's command. Wait a minute. I'm in the wrong place today. I just need two people. That's all I need today. In the mouth of two or three would let his word be established. He says, I have even in the natural, maybe I'm going too fast for you. Even in the natural, there has been an abundance of rain. Am I right about it? If you've been alive, it has dropped on your head also. And he says, even the natural, he says, and also symbolic of the spirit. He says, heaven gates is open for the release of the rain on your command. All right. Heaven gates is ready to open on your command. What is heaven gates is ready to release? The rain of God. But it's on your command. So you got to watch what you say. Can I put a footnote here and let somebody know that rain can operate in your life in two ways? It can come and water and bring an increase, or it can drown. And if you speak in negative things, the rain that's coming to your life is drowning the good that God has intended for you. So say, Lord, open up the gates. Flood us with your rain. We are thirsty for the downpour. Let's say that again. Say, Lord, open up your gates. Let your rain flood us because we are thirsty for the downpour. Tell someone, I'm thirsty for the downpour. Yeah. Look at somebody else. That neighbor don't want to talk. Say, I'm thirsty for the downpour. The rain of God. I'm thirsty for the downpour. All right. Let me work this. I'm by myself today. Let me work it. See, I don't know about you, but my life had experienced some uncomfortable times. Seasons of seemingly drought. Come on now. We talking real today. Job said it like this. Job says, drought and heat consume my snow water. This in the 21st chapter of Job. He says, drought and heat has what? Consumed my snow water. But Job had to wake up, Sister Sade, around the 37th chapter and say, you know what? God, send the rain. It's obvious, God, that you are awesome. And that what? You going to command the snow and the water to come and rescue me. Is anybody here feel like that you have already woken up? That in spite of what you was dealing with, it did not put you to sleep. that you are alive today knowing that this too shall pass, and God is working everything out, because it's just not cliche of words. It is evident because you know within your spirit that God has already begun the process and working thing out for my good. Has anybody in here got a glimpse of the hand of God moving in their life? In other words, things has already started to change. You seeing better than what you seen last week because God is working it. He's working out. In other words, Job says, he says, God, you know what? Drought and heat has consumed snow waters. So does what? The grave, those which have sinned. In other words, can I help somebody? Whenever there's drought in your life, you got to be careful that sin is not nowhere close to you. You got to be very careful because sin and drought works together. Let me walk this. I'm going to holler in a minute, but I want to talk first because I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. Sin and drought works together. Let me slow it down. Let me talk to some holy saints for a moment. I said sin and drought is brothers. They work together. You said, well, Pastor, I have not sinned. Just for you saying that, you lying already. The Bible says all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. See, a lot of times we look at, Sister Diane, we look at sin as the very things that the Bible says we don't supposed to do. In other words, you find yourself caught up in all kind of fornication, all kind of different things. So you look at those things as sin, but sin is much more than that. Sin is disobeying God in spite of, I'm not talking about your habits, I'm talking about your disobedience. See, we trying to capture our habits, and we put that on the umbrella of sin. But sin is disobedience. Maybe we need to take Holy Communion first because y'all looking like I'm y'all friend. Okay, so Job said, listen, he says, drought has came and dried up the heat water. Heat and drought have come, and dried up the water. At least in other words, the little things I had. Drought and heat has come and consumed it. He said also it's like, he says, my symbolic, I'm looking at it like this. It's like sin that have come into my camp that produced drought. In other words, it felt like what I thought was water from heaven was drought. But I got good news for somebody because y'all look like y'all need it this morning. Then, Carlos, I woke up on Sunday morning, September the 18th, 2011. And God says, breakthrough. I said, before September, drought. Drought seemed like it consumed my life. But I wasn't going to give up. I was not going to look like what I was going through. Anybody can identify, anybody can testify in here and say, Pastor, I know exactly what you're talking about. I had a Christian smile on my face. I was faithful. I kept serving the Lord, kept doing what I know supposed to do. But on the real, Pastor, something was going on within me. I was feeling a little dry. I was feeling a little dry. Things wasn't lining up like I know it's supposed to line up. But I kept the faith. I kept believing. And September 11th, God saw all that I've been doing, and he said breakthrough. And ever since then, my life has been different. Ever since then, drought has decreased. Ever since then, everything that wasn't looking good started to look better now. Ever since then, God's hand began to move on my life.